It's time.
Hello. Oh god. Yes, it is time. Hello and welcome onto the platform where, as we established last episode, we do stories with no thought whatsoever.
That's us.
That's us. My name is Ryan.
My name is Kevin.
Boy, howdy, I'm excited, Kevin. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling hyped. I'm hyped up, ready to go, filled with energy.
I'm filled with energy and also tea. What are you consuming anything?
I was just consuming tea. I was consuming iced tea.
This is fateful, and I know it means something. Well, I know we just talked about each other's lives for like 15 minutes before we started recording, but do you have any wacky hijinks you want to share with the folks at home?
Like been all right. Yeah, life's going okay. I mean, nothing much to talk about really. It's just day to day, every day. Keeping your head on the grindstone. We're working down. We're ready to go. Yeah, and we didn't win this time, but next time we're gonna win. And we played some good hockey out there. So yeah, that's what I think. And I think we played some good hockey out there, and we'll get them next time.
All right, fantastic. Thank you, Kevin.
And what about you? Anything actually happening in your life?
No, of course not. We live in a late-stage capitalism hellscape society, Kevin. Nothing is ever happening to me. I step out of my pod, and I go clock into work. I punch my rectangle, and I type ones and zeros into my bigger rectangle for 9 hours, and then I get back in my pod.
Can we keep politics out of this show, Ryan?
You're right. We should be strictly nonpartisan here on the platform. The platform, we established something new about the platform the more that we enter it. The first thing we established about the platform is that we cannot talk about politics ever.
That is, by the way, not true. We might talk about politics.
Yeah. No matter what we do, this podcast will never be an agent for social change.
Yeah, I do not want to change the world.
By God, the world will stay exactly as it was.
We
will freeze it in time.
Are we supervillains?
I think so.
Oh no!
I think we've just established that this is a lawful evil podcast. Okay, why don't we get started? I'm raring to telling a story. I feel a story bubbling up within my very soul and my loins.
Let's tell it.
That was a really good one, and I'm glad that you just said those words out of your mouth. I think that the prompt for our story today is I'm going to get a phrase. I'm going to get a randomly generated phrase, and we're going to use that to inform the story that we tell today. Does that sound good, Kevin?
I couldn't be happier.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to hit the button. I'm going to say the phrase, and then we can begin. Our phrase is... Get out, all of you.
Get out, all of you.
Yeah.
I think Get Out, All of You is a critically acclaimed movie. What do you think?
By Jordan Peele?
No. Well, I know Get Out is a critically acclaimed movie, but Get Out, All of You is a critically acclaimed movie, not by Jordan Peele, but by Banana Peel.
What are you talking about?
Let's open in onto the cinema, and we see like the curtains. It's an old timey cinema. The curtains go by, and then the projector goes, and it hits. It goes 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it burns away.
Doesn't it normally count down?
And on the screen, we start into our first scene.
Wait, sorry, you probably didn't hear me, Kevin. Doesn't the projector number normally count down?
Yeah, well, it's a bit indie, okay?
Okay. It's a conscious choice on the part of the filmmaker.
Yeah, Banana Peel has many filmmaking prowess, okay?
So we've kind of already begun, but we kind of haven't. So before we begin, I'm just going to double check the name of the filmmaker who has created this fictional story that we are
Yes.
about to create.
Yes.
We have created a fictional creator of this story.
Yes.
And their name is Banana Peel.
Do you have a problem with this?
How do you spell peel?
P-E-E-L.
Okay, great. Continue.
Yeah, let's go. Okay, so the screen flashes white for a second, and we open in onto a country. You could see the Eiffel Tower. It's Paris, and we're at a cafe. We're at a cafe. Who's at this cafe, Ryan?
We zoom into the cafe, and it's one of those great tracking shots where it like zooms into the window, and then the camera like goes through the window. And the whole audience is like, "Whoa, how'd they get the camera through that window? Man, that's not how windows are." And so it zooms into a cafe, and it zooms past lovely smiling couples enjoying their dinner, for it is the even times. But then as it moves through the bar, we come upon the back of a figure who is hunched over the bar.
Oh no.
Yeah, and the camera slowly pans around to reveal a young woman who is clutching a draft of beer. Hey Kevin, do you call a beer a draft? I don't drink beer. I don't know anything about beer.
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, sick. Thanks very much.
I think
we can edit all this out.
Yeah, I think they especially called it drafts of beer in France.
Yeah, okay. We'll edit all this out so nobody knows that I don't know anything about beer.
Nice.
Okay, so this really interesting, cool looking lady.
She's got
over the bar.
She's got a scar in her left eye.
She's got a scar on her left eye and her right cheek.
And her right cheek.
Yeah, and they meet just above her top lip.
And one on her upper thigh, but that is from an epidectomy, so it's not really...
What now?
You know, an appendix removal surgery.
Say the name of it.
Epidectomy.
Yeah. What?
That's how they say it in France.
Okay. She's had an...
It's not really relevant to the current situation, but if we're listing scars.
Okay. She's had one more time.
Appendectomy.
Okay. She's had one of those. And we're almost 10 minutes into the episode, and we've barely started the story. We know a lot about this character so far. For one, she's holding a draft of beer. For two, she has 3 scars, and they're all very cool.
Yeah. She sits there, staring longingly out into the distance. But who is in the distance but the bartender? The bartender's an older guy. He's got thinning hair. And he speaks to her. He says... So, what brings you to Draftman's?
That's the name of it. Okay. She has a French accent because she's from French.
Mm-hmm.
I have found myself to be lost. I don't know how to do a French. I'm scrapping that. Scrap
okay.
that. She's a tourist. She's from England.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same accent. Hold on, I can do this. She's from Germany.
Okay.
She's well traveled.
I swear to God, you speak
No,
the
it's
same
okay,
accent.
Kevin. No, Kevin, it's okay. It's the rule of 3s is nothing. She's from Germany, so she sounds like this. I've traveled all over the world. Now I'm in it. This is good. I've traveled all over the world, and I have seen many things. I'm from Germany, you see, and I've seen many things. I've seen the great, towering, thundering plains of the Swiss Alps. And I have seen the deepest confines of the ocean. Mm-hmm. and I have seen the great rolling lands of the African savannah.
Mm-hmm.
But in all my travels, I am British now. God damn it! In all my travels, I have never once. It's the V's. I have never once met somebody who
you loved.
Yes. You got it in one.
I got it in one. That's why they call me One Getter Larry.
I was wondering why it said that on your name tag.
Custom built.
Van Getter Larry.
Yeah.
Well, Van Getter Larry, you're an older man with thinning hair. Do you have any worldly sort of wisdom to depart upon me on this cold Parisian evening? And she downs her draft of beer,
Whoa.
as they call it in France.
That's a lot of beer you just drafted. So
I drafted it into my tummy.
So I'm not extremely well traveled. You see, I grew up in Maine.
Okay.
But my goal in life was really to be a bartender. Now, when you bartend over here in France, it's very different than bartending in Maine.
Oh, why's that?
Well, for one, nobody here seems to speak English.
Yes, that is something that I noticed.
Mac, you're the first person who has spoken English to me in the last 2 days.
Yes, well, I'm very well traveled, you see. So I'm fluent in all kinds of languages.
Me? Only English.
Well, that's all right. You speak it beautifully.
Thank you. But let me tell you something about love, all right? And he kind of sits down on a stool that he had. And as he speaks, the camera's like, panning into the cigarette smoke that's everywhere. And he's like, love is a thing of beauty and a thing of hatred. It is liquid and solid. It is vaporous and also a plasma. Now, love is something in your heart. And you gotta get it out, but you want it in there. Yeah. Love, similar to these beer nuts. It's all over the place. And you wish someone would clean it up, but you can't tell anyone to clean it up because you can't speak to the busboy. You picking up what I'm laying down here?
Yes, I am.
What'd you say your name was?
Oh, my name is Meredith.
Oh.
Yes.
That's
I am
good.
picking up the beer nuts off of the ground because they were getting awfully dusty. I'm putting them back in the bowl. Plink. There they are.
Conk,
Well,
conk.
one getter, Larry. I do appreciate these words of wisdom that you have shared with me today, but I profess myself to be curious. And the camera's whipped around now, and it's now it's facing her. It's an over-the-shoulder shot from Larry's POV of Meredith.
Yeah, and there's like a violin in the background.
Yeah. I must confess myself to be confused and curious because you said that you are from Maine. Is that correct?
Mainly.
I see what you did there. I'm laughing on my insides. And you said that all you ever wanted in life was to be a bartender.
Yes.
What was that?
That was the violin.
Oh, okay. I thought you had stomach problems.
No.
Okay, it's quite alright. Oh, I'm glad to hear.
Don't ask about my tummy.
I vote. Your tummy is your business, as is mine. But I digress. how could you live your entire life, Larry, one getter Larry, as they call you, without wanting to see the world? From the moment I was born, I yearned to set eyes upon every dusty corner of this blue marble we have found ourselves on. I wasted no time in learning to hike and to climb and to swim and to fly and to burrow and to do all the things that the animals do, because I wanted to be able to cross this entire world like the animals do. I didn't want to be confined to all the human things that we do. And I felt for a long time in my life truly free, Larry. I felt like I'm turning British again, and I slap myself. This has become German again. I felt for the longest time that I was truly free, more free than anybody I saw. I saw little men carrying their little square briefcases off to their little office every day, day after day. And I, almost getting political, but not quite.
Yeah.
And then they would come home and they would look sad, Larry. And I thought, I will never do that.
You are in their houses?
I was on their roof looking at them through telescope, as we do in the Deutschland.
Oh.
But I thought, I will never don't think about it too much. I will never do that. I will be free, and I will spring from the vines of the Amazon, and I will swim in the frigid oceans of the Arctic, and I will be truly alive. And for a time that was true, Larry. But now I am old, and
I see that.
We are both old.
Well, I don't know if you call 60 old, you know? Like,
granted, these days with modern medicine, anything is possible, and I confess I have used modern medicine many times in my day. My many adventures have gained me many a battle scar, you could say.
How many?
3. Well, 2, but one of them was an appendectomy.
Is that a French word?
Yes. Actually, it's Norwegian.
Oh, I see.
Yes. But you know what they say.
As Meredith speaks, Larry drafts himself a beer and conscripts it to his mouth.
Excellent conscription, sir.
He drinks it deeply and says, all your talks of travel and worldliness, who knows what's in the world? The world is as big as your eyes can see it, really. If you have a world that is so big, but you don't have anything to be your world, then what in the world is the point of this?
Well, you speak as if from experience, Larry. Do you have somebody who is your world?
I had somebody.
Had is in past tense.
Yes. I had somebody. But now they're in the Olympics.
That wasn't what I was expecting. Please elaborate.
We used to ski together.
Oh, beautiful.
Them and I would ski down the hill, and they would ski down the hill as well. Gravity carried us.
That's normally what you do when you ski.
Gravity carried us back then, and we were unconstrained. Then, once we were at the bottom, we laughed and laughed, and went back up on the ski hill, and traveled to the top.
In one of those little chair lifts?
Yes.
Oh, I love those. I'm always afraid I'm going to fall over when I get off at the top.
A chair, not a chair, sorry. A tear forms in Larry's eye, and he says, gravity was trying to push us down as we ascended to the top. But then, once we reached the top, once again we let gravity take us, and we went down the hill. It was beautiful.
But what happened, Larry? Where did gravity take you next?
Eventually, winter gave way to summer, and she had to go to the Olympics. for jogging.
Oh, okay. I thought it would be for skiing.
What? No. Skiing,
No,
skiing is more of a hobby that we have.
Oh, it's more.
It had very little to do with the fact that she went to the Olympics.
Oh, okay. But it was a nice metaphor that you had going on. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting.
Yeah, he's real rude. But yeah, so she went to the Olympics for jogging. And I tried to follow her, but she was too fast. I was held down by emotional weights, and also by the Olympic security teams who jumped out of their stands in order to stop me from chasing her across the field.
Oh, is this the incident that I saw on the television a couple of weeks ago?
Yes, deranged 60-year-old chases Olympic star. But now, that star is gone. And my sky is black. And my shoulders still hurt because they were holding me back.
They were very strong. I could see them on the television.
And I fell. And I scraped my knee.
Larry, I'm sorry that happened to you. That sounds very difficult.
And now I'll never ski again.
Well, Larry?
What?
I may not know everything. As the camera's zooming in very, very slowly on Meredith's face. I may not know everything, but your person who was the world to you. It doesn't sound like you were the world to them. If somebody is the world to you, why would you leave them behind? If they saw that you were running after them, why wouldn't they stop? Why wouldn't they turn around and embrace you with open arms so that you could run together?
You're right. You're absolutely right, Meredith.
Larry, it sounds like you still don't have anybody who is your world. And you never have. You just thought you did.
Get out right now.
But Larry, it's only the two of us here in the bar now. Everybody else has gone home. We've been talking for hours.
Oh my goodness. I mean, it does feel like we've been talking for quite a bit of time and not much has happened, but I didn't expect it to be hours.
It was hours. It was literal hours.
Oh
People
my goodness.
kept on trying to get you to give them drinks, but you were too enraptured in your story. But I didn't want to interrupt.
Is that what their gibberish was?
Yes, that's why you were hearing baby boy for several minutes in the middle there. That was somebody trying to get you to do your job.
Hey, Meredith, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but your French is pretty bad.
It's all right. That is because this is my final stop.
What?
I have been everywhere else in the world.
Are you a ghost?
No, I'm just. Oh,
Larry reaches out and touches Meredith's face, caressing it gently. You better not be a fucking ghost.
No. I'm not a ghost. But nobody has ever held my face in exactly this way, Larry.
Oh my. This is how it's all flooding back to me. This is how I held that one person who was trying to stop me at the Olympics. In hindsight, it probably wasn't the best idea.
No.
And I'm not sure how caressing them would get me out of the pinch I was in.
No.
But that's what hindsight's for.
Yes, it's always 2020.
No. It's 2022.
Was that a joke about the year it is, Larry?
Can I kiss you?
Yes. And as the two of them slowly lean in and kiss, the camera
Ryan, you didn't kiss with
zooms
me.
out. Oh, okay. Where were you doing?
I was doing a little kiss.
Okay, well, you do it.
Mwah. Mwah.
Thank you.
And as they kiss,
Too much tongue.
the camera slowly... Thank you for the addition, Kevin.
I'm sorry,
as
what?
They kiss...
Come on, the camera's slowly what, Ryan? Let's go.
The camera slowly pans out, revealing the empty bar and one lonely light shining on the two of them, both in their twilight years, both having lived their whole lives, thinking that they had what they wanted, only to reveal that they had found what they wanted right at the end. It's not the end. They're 60. They still have, like, quite a few... It's just that they're not young.
It's the end of the movie.
It's the end of the movie. It's the end of the movie. Can't stress that enough. They got another good sort of 30 to 40 years kicking around in there.
And as the camera pans out onto the Champs-Élysées and the Eiffel Tower and the various skyscrapers of France, it fades down into a blackout. And then fading into frame, we see presented by the Olympic Foundation.
Beautiful.
A movie by Banana Peel.
Well, that was wonderful. Thank you for going on that romantic, that surprisingly intimate romantic journey with me, Kevin.
Yeah. Yeah, you kissed me.
Yeah, we kissed each other, and it wasn't even like a joke.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa. Feeling all these things.
I'm feeling a lot of things, and the most thing that I'm feeling, of all of the things that I'm feeling, is the thing that, I think that's the end of the episode.
Yeah, I agree. I think so. The moral of this story is to, be open to what you want. And if you find yourself in France, you should probably learn how to speak the language.
Yeah. Do a little research. Bring a dictionary.
Yeah.
Make an effort.
Stop the Olympics. That's a bit too political. All right, we better end this.
We can't get political here. Take us home, Kevin.
Be safe. Be lovely. Be good. And we'll see you next time.
See you next time, everybody.
I love you.